Hi, I'm Plami, and in this episode of Radio K, I'm gonna be reacting to something that I haven't reacted to before. That being Kim Woojin from Stray Kids, or ex Stray Kids, because he left the group at this point. It was in 2019, if I remember correctly. It was a while ago, yeah, I think it definitely was in 2019. Which honestly really saddened me that he left the group, especially because we technically still don't, I mean, we pretty much still don't know why he left the group. Was it his decision to leave the group? Was it JYP's decision to kick him out of the group? Considering certain things that Chan has said, it seems that he probably was kicked out of the group, but honestly, I don't know, and at this point in time, I frankly don't care. Stray Kids have made their identity as an 8-member group, and we'll see how Woojin has made his own identity with the 2 songs that he has released, those being Still Dream and Ready Now, which is his most recent comeback, Ready Now, and Still Dream being his debut. I actually didn't realize that he had released music until I think it was until I saw the DK TV interview with Woojin about his controversy that I realized that, oh, he actually released music videos and songs. I definitely gotta check those out, so that's why I decided to do that. And talking about the controversy, I don't really want to delve into it too much because I feel like I can't really give it justice, even just in sharing my opinion about it. But personally, what I want to say is that I don't like how K-pop fans jump to conclusions all the time without any proof. As long as somebody says something, it's like it's facts, and then they'll go around and build a narrative to support their beliefs, even if it's flawed. And even then, I personally disagree of the ways to handle situations like this. But again, I don't want to delve into it too much because I feel like I can't really do it justice in a reaction video. If I talk about this, I have to talk about it in a video on its own. So comment down below if you want to see a video about my opinion on the situation. So yeah, this is still very much a reaction video. So without further ado, let's get into his debut song, Still Dream, in 3, 2, 1. I like the guitar beginning. Okay, he already sings very different from the way he sang in Stray Kids. But maybe it's just that in Stray Kids he didn't really get to sing as much as he would have liked. Which is actually one of the reasons why I thought maybe he wanted to leave. Man, he's still a crazy ass dancer. Okay, I'm really enjoying this, honestly. It's not exactly the kind of song that I listen to the most, but I think this is still really good. I'm curious about who made this song, honestly. Did Woojin make it? Did somebody else make it for him? I definitely will check that out in this video. Honestly, the choreo is going really hard for what is really not a hard song. Holy shit. Oh my god, this is so good! And the choreo is so hard. I'm in love with this, honestly. Honestly, based on the beat, it's only on the beat. This honestly sounds like a song that you would hear in a game like Life is Strange. Am I the only one who thinks that? I don't really expect any of you guys watching this video to have played Life is Strange, although that would be great if you have, because you can also check out my playthrough of Life is Strange on this channel. It's not a first time playthrough, but I think it's still worth checking out. But it does have a similar vibe to that, and honestly, I think that's the reason why I like this song. Obviously, also because Woojin's vocals are freaking amazing in this, and there's much more of a variety in his vocals. It's not just like high-pitched and high notes, which is what he tended to do in Stray Kids for obvious reasons, but there's more of a variety. He has a lower parts, he has higher parts. I love that. I really enjoy that. And he didn't really have to go that hard at all with the choreo. The song is a more of an emotional and slow, soulful kind of song. It doesn't really need that kind of hard choreo with fast and sharp movements. But I can't lie, it definitely enhances the song. Those dance moves definitely enhance the song and make it much more impactful. But yeah, I genuinely really like this. I want to say that it's so much better than I could have probably expected. But I already read some of the comments, and I saw that people are really hyping the song up. So that kind of meant, in my opinion, in my eyes, that it was probably going to be good. Because a lot of people were against Woojin. So for people to switch up their opinion of him, the song must have been really good. And it was. It is. It is really good. So yeah, I really like this. It's definitely the vibe that I love the most. In a way, it sounds very Americanized, but I honestly don't mind it. It's still very impactful, and I really like it. I really like it. So yeah, even though there's not much to talk about when it comes to this song and the music video, because it's a very much, I mean, it's mostly a performance video with one location, which I can't really blame him for just doing a video in one location, because his company is new, so he obviously doesn't have the biggest budget or whatever, and I think it works for what the song is, but it's definitely not the most interesting video. But again, his vocals, his facial performance, and his dancing really elevates the music video as well as the song. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it one more time before we get into the more recent song. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. I also love his fluffy hair. It looks like candy cotton. Is that what it's called? I'm not exactly sure what it's called in English. Man, this song is such a bop. This is probably the best bop I've ever heard. Honestly, I wish I had the lyrics in front of me right now because I'm curious what the song is about. It's such an emotion that he portrays in this song. I really want to know what he's singing about. The best I can come up with is based on the title being called Still Dream. Maybe that he's still chasing his dream of being a singer and an inspiration to others despite leaving Stray Kids. Which is honestly a very Stray Kids message if you ask me. But again, I don't really compare him or say Stray Kids' name every time I react to him, but there's gonna be comparisons. We can't really ignore the past. I really like his vocals. I mean, I've liked his vocals in Stray Kids, and I do miss his vocals in Stray Kids. But on his own, he is able to show much bigger range. And I'm able to like his voice for more reasons, really. Oh wait, we have the credits. We have the credits. Wait a second. Okay, lyrics. Okay, so he did write for the lyrics at least. Choreography, BB Trippin. Who is BB Trippin? Because I've definitely heard that name before. And I really like the choreography, so I'm really curious if it is who I think it is. Oh, I was thinking that. Okay, so BB Trippin is the choreographer for 80s. I don't know whether it's for all their songs, but at least for some of their songs, they've definitely choreographed. And I can definitely see that because the choreo in this one really hits hard. So that's cool. You've definitely picked a good choreographer, Woojin. But yeah, I don't really recognize anybody who has made the actual song itself, but judging by some of the names, it kind of makes sense why it sounds so Americanized. And also a little bit of a sidetrack, but... And I hate to bring this up because I hate talking about BTS all the time. But if BTS wanted to do American sounding song and break into the American market and appeal to the American general population, why don't they do something more like this? I'd probably still not love it as much as the typical what BTS used to do, but I feel like at least that will be a little bit more true to their sound and more interesting than whatever they're doing now. But yeah, I'm getting a little sidetracked. Let's get back to Woojin. I love this song. I love his dancing. I love his voice in this video. And for a debut song, again, similarly to the last song that I reacted to in the last video, which was Dreamcatchers, because it's not quite as exciting as I would want it to be, so it kind of doesn't really feel like I should give it a 10 out of 10 because I'm not really mind blown by this song, even though I really enjoyed it. So objectively, I am going to give it a 10 out of 10 because I think it's perfect in almost every way possible. It's the best it can be considering the context and what it's working with. At least for the music video. For the song, it's really freaking amazing. But in terms of excitement, I feel like, I don't know, I just am not as excited as I could have been. I'm not as blown away as I could have been. Even though, again, it is really good. So personally, I think I'm going to give it more like a 9 out of 10. A solid 9 out of 10. It's amazing and has no fault. But I feel like I could have been a little bit more excited by this song. But also, this song is not really the kind of song to excite a person. it's a more chill kind of song. So again, I'd honestly stick more with the 10 out of 10 score. You know what? Yeah, let's go with a 10 out of 10. Fuck my personal opinion. We're going with a more objective one. So yeah, we still have one more song of his to check out, Ready Now. So without further ado, let's get ready now and get into the song in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that was a cool transition. Man, he's really serving with his music videos, man. Dare I say he might be my favorite soloist already. I love this, honestly. I don't know why, but like, even though I'm not really the most excited that I can be, I'm so in love with it. There's just something about Woojin, man. Okay, you're overdoing it a little bit with that transition. Wait, was that rapping? I think that was definitely leaning in a little bit of a direction of rapping. Man, this music video is actually really good. I'm really curious to see people's reactions to these two songs, honestly, because I'm really, especially by this one, I'm really blown away by what he's actually able to accomplish from a small company. Like, this is definitely using whatever budget you have to its fullest. Also, he's definitely got some really good composers, because these songs are really freaking good. And they're managing to be enjoyable to me. Somebody who is very picky about the songs that I like. And it's also so different. It sounds so different. I really like this. He's officially my favorite soloist. Until this point, I'd say that was probably IU, but now it's definitely Woojin. Because IU sometimes can be a little bit hit or miss for me, but Woojin so far, with 2 songs, it's all hits. And okay, let's look at the credits again. I'm seeing Sean Michael Alexander, who I have no idea who that is, but he also worked on the previous song. It doesn't seem like Woojin has written lyrics for this one. BB Tripping has choreographed this one, I guess, again. Okay. Interesting, very interesting. For this one, I feel like in some ways it wasn't quite as impactful as the first one, because I mean, the first one was, I guess, also his solo debut, so it was always going to be more impactful, but I still really enjoyed it, and I feel like this one at least, I guess, in a way to say it, it was a little bit more flashy, thus it felt, at least music video-wise, more impactful, but as a song, I feel like it kind of went by, and I didn't really get to experience it that much. Maybe because I wasn't focusing on the song that much as I was focusing on the music video, so maybe during the second listen it's gonna feel better, but I don't know. Well, for the first song, Steel Dream, I was completely engulfed by the song itself, and I really enjoyed it. So, before I say anything about the song, honestly, let's get into it a second time, because I honestly kinda didn't really pay much attention. So, without further ado, let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1. I definitely like his musical style, that's for sure. Like, his style definitely appeals to me. Although the final product itself is not as replayable as it could be, I still really like it, and I'll definitely be listening to both of his songs. Ooh, that build-up is really good. Yeah, I actually even recognized some dance moves by 80s. Even his haircut kind of makes him look reminiscent of 80s, honestly. For a second there, even my brain kind of started thinking about... Yeah, that's definitely somewhat rapping. But like, for a second there, even my brain was kind of wandering in a direction about what if KQ decided to get Woojin and add him to 80s. That would be insane. But he's fine on his own. He's killing it. And again, he's going really hard with the choreo, man. I think one of the reasons why Steel Dream maybe felt a little bit more memorable than this song is because it was the first in this style. Because these two songs definitely feel very similar to each other. They're definitely in the same style. But I hope he doesn't really... he tries to kind of shift it up a little bit, because I don't want the songs to start blending into each other. But also it might be just because I've listened to these songs only like twice. That's why I haven't become that memorable. Or distinct from each other, shall I say. Man, his vocals are really good. He really gets to shine with his vocals in his solos. Okay. Is there anything else? Because I actually didn't watch this till the end last time. Okay, there isn't. 10X Entertainment. The company that people doubted was a real thing. Because their biases against Woojin were more important. But again, if you want to see more of my thoughts about that whole controversy, comment down below whether you want to see a full video on it or not. Because I don't want to really talk about it in this one. But yeah, I really like this. I'm not sure whether there are B-sides to any of these two releases. I wouldn't expect there to be, but after the reaction I'll check whether there are or there aren't. And if there are, I'm probably going to check them out. But also I just want to say, if you want to see a reaction to the B-sides, if there are B-sides, definitely make sure to comment down below so I know that there is a demand for it. So I will be more likely to do a reaction to it. Or if you want to definitely see a reaction to the B-sides, go to my Patreon and subscribe to that specific tier that I've created for K-pop reactions, and I will do that reaction as soon as the schedule aligns for my next K-pop recording session. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how to rate this one. I feel like both of these songs are honestly really good, and I will be listening to both of them. But as I said, with the second song now that I've listened to the second song, they don't really feel that distinct from each other, and that is a little bit of a problem to me, because if it was a one song, if I take each song on its own, they're both about the same in terms of their quality. They're both really good and do what they're aiming to do perfectly. But when you combine both of them, I don't know, the fact that they don't really sound that distinct from each other, at least for this song, now that I heard Still Dream first, it feels like a been there, done that territory. It feels like it hits the exact same beats as the last song, so it doesn't really entertain me in a way. I don't know. I know that I'm the kind of person who criticizes whenever a group or a musician in general, or even for any kind of media, honestly, decides to break out their formula and do something different. I always criticize that, because as a multi-fandom stan, if I want a different type of music, I will just go and listen to a different group. But at the same time, I also don't want the same song again and again and again. I just want it to be in the same style, and this is still very much that, but I feel like they could have shaken the concept up a little bit more to make the song a little bit more distinct, because right now the songs just kind of blend into each other, which is not necessarily the worst thing ever, but it's just a criticism I have for the song, you know. So yeah, for the first one, I guess I gave it a 10 out of 10. So for this one, I'm also gonna give it a 10 out of 10, because again, it does what it's trying to do perfectly. But if we get into a more personal territory, I would give Still Dream, I mean, I already said like a 9 out of 10, but honestly, I would probably give it a 9.8 out of 10, while I would give this one a 9.6 out of 10. They're both really good songs, but I don't know. Now that I've heard both of them, they just don't really feel like 10 out of 10. I'm not as mind blown as I could have been, I feel like. And honestly, like, I shouldn't really ask for much more, because what they've managed to do with a small budget and a small company, it's still 100 times better than what most small companies are able to do. So this is already above average. But I don't know, it's still not quite 10 out of 10, I feel like, at least in my personal opinion. Objectively, for most people, it's definitely more than a 10 out of 10. I'd say probably a 20 even. Like, I don't think anybody expected Woojin's solo music to be this good. Like, he's a good vocalist, but whether he was going to get good songs for his solo debut was honestly left to destiny to decide. And I'm glad that they were good, because I don't know, it makes me more confident to defend the Woojin haters. But yeah, what did you guys think about these songs? Comment down below. I'll be really happy to hear your thoughts on it. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge thanks to my first ever Patreon, Omari Bridgman. As I said earlier, if you want to join that person over on my Patreon, you can do that by going to the links in the description and subscribing to any of the tier that I've created. Maybe the specific one for K-pop fans, or maybe just the generic general support, which is just you giving me support and not really getting any benefits. I don't really expect people to go subscribe to that tier, but it's there if you want to support me. Because right now, I still don't really make any money off of YouTube, because I still don't have 1,000 subscribers. And even when I get 1,000 subscribers, my K-pop reactions are still not gonna make any money, because I'm obviously reacting to copyrighted content, so supporting me on Patreon is a great way to help me, is what I'm trying to say. But before we end this video, I just want to quickly explain to you something that you might be wondering about, like, why am I dressed the way I am? Why do I look the way I do?
And if you've been subscribed to my channel for a long time, you would know the answer already, because back when I started my YouTube channel, I had super long hair and I was dressing femininely in every single video. But for those of you who don't know, which I assume it's most of you, I'm actually transgender. I think I'm more of a non-binary rather than a male to female, because there are quite a few times where I don't really feel like dressing femininely and looking feminine and looking like a girl, and I just want to look like a normal guy. But I feel like in a lot of the time I do want to look feminine. So for the sake of simplicity, I decided to just settle on non-binary, although I definitely really want to be much more feminine than I am right now, like almost like androgynous. But due to my current situation, I'm unable to transition, because I still live with my parents. I tried to transition secretly while still living with my parents, but they started noticing that I was looking more feminine, and that I obviously had my long hair back then, and they were pressuring me to cut it all the time. And even when I was growing it out, they were constantly pressuring me to not grow it out, and now they are pressuring me to not grow it out again. I'm really unable to transition, and there's no really way out of this situation for me, because I can't get a job. I've tried to, but I just can't seem to get any job. And even if I was able to get a job, I wouldn't really be able to transition in my country where I live while working that job, because people here are completely bigoted, and they will harass me, they will bully me, and they probably the employers will probably never even hire me if I actually decided to completely transition. So the only way for me to actually be who I am, who I truly am, is if I actually start being successful off of YouTube and start making money off of YouTube, because I don't really have to care about what anybody thinks of me, and I can just be who I want to be and dress however I want and all those stuff. So with all this information and me telling you that I don't want to guilt trip you into helping me out, I don't want to make you feel bad about my situation and wanting to manipulate you into helping me out or boosting the subscribers on my channel or anything like that, I ask you if you're able to help me out by donating to my Patreon or donating to my PayPal, which is for that you will have to get in touch with me in the comments down below to set it up properly, because I haven't really done that, because I assume nobody's really gonna want to do that. But if you're able to do that, I would really appreciate it. But again, this is literally the only way for me out. This is the only way out. So yeah, it's completely up to you. If you can't help me out monetarily, then at the very least I think it would be great if you could help out in other ways, like I said earlier, liking the channel, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and all those other stuff. But yeah, I'm not trying to guilt trip you, I'm just explaining to you my situation and hoping that you can help me out. But yeah,
And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And also, I just want to say, soon I'll be releasing a new chapter of my ongoing zombie story, Dead Inside. So if you have checked it out, and you've enjoyed it, or you want to check it out, you can do that by going in the links in the description, and you can expect a new chapter soon. You can get excited for that. And as I said, with the Patreon, you can support me for my stories, for my videos over there. Or if you don't want to do that, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!